This conference
Statement
will
1.
now be recorded.
Statement 1. Okay. 2, 3, 4, and 5. And 5.
Okay.
5 and 6 and 7. 6 and 7. All the values will be printed. All the values will be printed. Why? Because of we can mention the system.debug. They all of the conditions will be printed. Right? System.debug to print the statement 1. Statement 1 plus statement 1. Statement 1. Likewise, we can print the all 7 statements. We can print the all 7 statements. Okay.
Okay.
Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. 7 statements you want to print. 7 statements you want to print. But here, if condition is true, then in the 7 statements will be printed. Then 7 statements will be printed. In case if the if condition is false, yeah, if condition is false, if condition is false, then on which statement is printed? Tell me.
Null.
No. Only whatever in this condition statements is not printed. Means statement 4 and 5 is not printed. Statement 4 and 5 is not printed. In the rest of statement 1, 2, 3 and 6, 7 is printed. If condition is true, then all statements will be printed. Then all 7 statements is printed. But in the if condition is false, only whatever in the if condition has the values, that values is not printed. That values will not be printed.
Okay.
That values will not be printed. Okay. See one example I will show you. One example I will tell you. Okay. Integer name. Okay. Integer name. What is this one? Integer and name. What is this one? Integer name. What is this? What is the integer and what is the name?
Name is object.
Sorry?
Object.
Name is variable.
Object. I'm
Object.
not discuss any object concept, right? Still, I'm not discuss any object concepts. This is the data type and this is the variable. This is the data type and this is the variable. Okay, this is the data type and this is the variable. Okay. Integer, sorry, integer, not integer. Name is value, like string name. Okay, integer age. Integer age. Okay. Decimal salary. Decimal salary. And then string city. String city. Okay. Again, you all are getting. There are the 4 memories. 4 memories. What? First one is name, age,
City.
and city, and salary. And salary. Okay. These all are the memories. Variable is nothing but the memory. Variable is nothing but the memory location, right? Memory location. Okay. In that memory location only we can store the data. In that memory location we can store the data. We can store the data. Okay. So in the memory, what type of data you want to store? In the memory location, what type of data you want to store. Okay, that that is nothing but has the data type. That is nothing but has the data type. Means in that name we can store on the string values. String values.
Okay.
Why? Because of name nothing but has the, it is the alphabets. It is the alphabets, right?
Right.
In the age nothing but what? The age nothing but what? Integer.
Integer.
Numerics. Numerics.
Numerics. Yeah.
And city is a string. And salary, it has the integer or the decimal.
Decimal.
Okay, decimal. Clear? String name, integer age, string city, and decimal salary. And decimal salary. Okay.
Right.
Now we want to initiate the values. Now we want to initiate the values. Okay. Nanda Kumar. Age 28. City, Bangalore. Okay. Salary 52. Okay. This is the values. This is the values. Okay. So here name is equal to, in the name, in the apex, in the string values will be put on the single quotations.
Right.
Single quotations. Okay. Okay. And age is equal to 28. And salary is equal to, okay, 15.00. Okay. And city is equal to BNGA, sorry, Bangalore. Okay, Bangalore. Clear, right?
Yep.
So here I created one condition, if condition. If city is equal to Bangalore, city is equal to Bangalore. BNG, BNGA. If city is equal to Bangalore, then salary is equal to, say there, salary is equal to salary plus, okay, salary is equal to salary plus 1000 rupees. Salary plus 1000 rupees. Okay, salary plus 1000 rupees means if the city is Bangalore, then salary will be increased by 1000 rupees. Salary will be increased by 1000 rupees. Okay, system dot debug start. System dot debug salary salary plus salary, salary plus salary. Otherwise old value will be printed. Old value will be printed. Okay, we define the four values. One string name, age, salary, and city. Name, age, salary, and the city. Okay, we define the values. We created the values. Sorry, we created the variables. Variables with data types. Here we define the values. This is the
Right.
if condition. This is the if condition. Okay, in that condition is city is equal to Bangalore. City, in case city is equal to Bangalore, then whatever the salary is 50,000 plus 1000 will be increased. 1000 will be increased. Otherwise, if the city is not a Bangalore, then salary is a 50,000.
50,000.
Salary is a 50,000. Okay, just click on the execute. Okay, debug only. See, salary is equal to 51,000. Salary is equal to 51,000. Why 51,000? Because
City
of
is
city is
Bangalore.
equal to Bangalore. In case not Bangalore, then Salary is equal to 50,000. Salary is equal to 50,000. Why?
Because city is
Why
more than
only salary is 50,000? Because of if the our condition is false. Our condition is satisfied, not satisfied. That's the reason in the criteria is not printed. The criteria is not printed. Clear? Any doubts? Say yes or no. Any doubts in if condition?
No.
Okay. Shall we read another example? One more example. Okay. One more example. I taken the one integer. Okay. Two numbers. I taken the two numbers. What is my scenario is? What is my scenario is? Who is the? I have two values. I have two values. Okay. Value 1 and value 2. I have the two values, value 1 and value 2. Okay. Value 1 and value 2. Okay. So in that, which value is greater? In which value is greater? Okay. In which value is greater? See, integer value 1 comma value 2. Value 2 comma, they have one result. One result. Why I'm taken the three variables in one single data type? Why I'm taken the three values in one single data type?
Maybe three
Because
of
of the three,
Maybe you'll have three. Maybe.
they have the same data type. Three have the
Yes.
same data,
Okay.
same integer values, same integer values. So it is the best practice. It is the best practice. Okay. So you identify the which variable you need to assign the data type on which variable. Either S object means Salesforce object or the class. The class Apex classes also you can mention as a data type. Flex classes also you can mention the data type, or the primitive data types also you can assign the value. Okay, the variables contains primitive data types or the S objects or the Apex classes also it can be taken. Or the Apex classes also it can be taken. I can explain it. I can explain. Okay, in S objects and the Apex classes how to refer the object, how to refer the values means variables. Okay, how to refer the variables. Clear, right? So value 1 is equal to 100 and value 2 is equal to 200. Value 2 is equal to 200. Clear, right? Value 1 is equal to 100 and value 2 is equal to 200.
All right.
If value 2 greater than value 1,
One.
okay, it will print the value. System dot debug value 2 is bigger. Value 2 is bigger.
Mm.
Plus value 2. Otherwise, value 1 is bigger. Value 1. No compile errors. No compile errors. See, value 2 is the bigger and value 1 is the bigger. Here you've taken the two conditions you have to taken. Two conditions is the printed. Two conditions.
Right.
Two conditions is printed. Okay. Let's see on one more. Let's see on the one more. Okay. System on the edit on the things. So clear, right? If condition.
Yeah.
If condition. I have the two examples here. I have the two examples here. See this one. What is this one? I used the date, primitive data type, and this is the variable. Primitive data type, and this is the variable. This is the variable. Sorry, this is the primitive data type. Is the string, and the stage name, rating, and type. These three are the variables. These three are the variables. Okay. After the data type, what values you can define? That call has the variables. That call has the variables. Okay. Clear, right?
No.
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 This. Date, close date. Date, close date. Okay. The date function is called. The date function is called as the what? In close date function is what? The date is the primitive data type. Primitive data type. The close date contains what? Variable. Is the variable. Okay. Is a variable.
Okay.
I already told you now. String name. Integer age.
Okay.
Okay. So
Okay.
whatever we can mention the first you mention the data type. First you mention the data type. Then you mention the variable name. You mention the variable name. Okay. Otherwise it can't be taken. Otherwise it can't be taken. Okay. First you mention the data type. Any data type. Any data type. Any data type. Primitive data type or reference data type. Or reference data type. Okay. Or S object. Okay. Or S object or the apex class or the class data type. Okay. Anything else? First you mention the data type. After you mention the variable. After you mention the variable. Okay. After you mention the variable. In the primitive data type is the case sensitive. The primitive data type is a case sensitive, means whatever values is there, only that values you can mention. You can mention. But in the variables is a user defined. User defined. You can mention as ever you want. You can mention the as ever you want. Okay, clear, right?
Yes.
Primitive data type and the variables. Primitive data type and the variables. This is a very important. Okay, whatever I send the documents now, please refer. Please refer. The documents I can filter with lot of the blocks. Okay, lot of the materials. You see on the outside of the blocks, you are You're getting very confused. You're getting very confused. Okay. Why I'm told you so many times, because of if you're going in the development part, first of all you identify on the which data type you're using and which variable you're using. Which variable you're using. This is a very basic. Like in a LKG, the student contains A, B, C, D. A for apple, B for ball. Same like this one. Same like this one. If we go in the real time, they have no what very confused. Very confused. Tomorrow I will show you one code. Okay? I will show you one code. Real time code. Okay. వెంకటేష్ నా క్లాస్ జాయిన్ అయ్యే ముందు చెప్పు, నేను అది కోడ్ తీస్తాను.
ఓకే అన్న చెప్తాను.
నాకు గుర్తు చెప్పు.
ఓకే.
Okay. So in that day, if you want to refer the date values, if you want to refer the any date values, we using on the date data type. Date data type. If you want to mention the string values, if you want to mention the alphabetical values, alphabets with numericals, any special characters, alphabets with numeric and the special characters, will using on the string values. Will using on the string values. If you want to refer only on the numerical values, only on the numerical values, we using on the integer. We using on the integer. Clear? These three. Last 3 days we discussing only on the primitive data types and the variables on.
Okay.
Again, you come back to this same. Okay. Why we using on the close date is equal to system dot today. This is the variable. This is the value. This is the value. Why we using the system dot today is that it can be printed the today's data. It can be printed the today's data. Today's data. Okay. Today's data means what the today data? 23rd April 2020. 23rd April 2020. Correct.
Yes.
So if you want to refer the, if you want to print the today's data, if you want to print the today's data, date, sorry. Today date, today date, we using on the function called as a system dot today. We using on the function called as system dot today. Okay, this is a predefined. This is a predefined. Means Salesforce designed that we want to print today date, that is a system dot today. System dot today. Clear?
Yeah.
Any doubts? Any confusion? Surya, you?
No, bro.
అర్థమవుతుంది కదా ఏం చెప్తున్నాను అనేది? System dot today means if you want to print today date using on a system dot today. System dot today.
This is in Salesforce term or Java term? Just asking a
Salesforce.
Okay.
Salesforce. But some of the concepts will be similar to this Java items, core Java items.
Because string in Java only has limitation of 5
string-
characters.
No.
Here-
The string we using on the Python in the strings is there. C language strings is there. C++ strings is there. .NET in strings is there. JavaScript is there.
Okay.
Everything this is the common. Everything this is the common. You know what? Why people will be merged to the lot of the technologies? Because of simply I said you one thing. Okay. If you have core Java, HTML and CSS, okay, JavaScript, and Oracle. If you have these five, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you have these five technologies. You know about these five technologies. You know about these five technologies. I honestly told you, you can enter the n number of, you can learn the n number of programming languages. N number of programming languages, any tools, anything else, in SAP, in Oracle Cloud, Google Cloud, Salesforce, anything else, RPA, Blue Prism, blockchain, and IoT, Internet of Things, iOS, Android, everything else, any technology, any software, any application. You know about these five. You know about these five. Only for the basic. Only for the basic. Not for the in-depth. Not for the in-depth. Okay. These five will be rule the world. These five will be rule the world.
Okay.
Honestly, I told you. You can learn other technologies also very easily. You have these five technologies in very clear and very clean. Very clear and very clean. Okay, if you sleep, you're in the very deep sleep, just one slap and wake up. I ask one question. At the moment also you can give an answer. At that moment also you can give an answer. Some persons are like this. They given the answers. Seriously. Why I'm told you now? Seriously I told you. I will explain you. If you have the core Java, if you have about the core Java, means in the core Java concepts, oops, that is a class, object, and inheritance here. Inheritance, okay, encapsulation, polymorphism, and abstract, okay, and abstraction, abstract as the abstraction, and exception handling, and these and data types, variables. Okay, if you go to the any programming language, .NET, C#, okay, and Python, PHP, Apex, all concepts will be there. All concepts will be there.
Okay.
These all the concepts will be there. In every front-end technologies, by using on the AngularJS, Lightning, Bootstrap, Visualforce pages, we are working on the HTML, CSS now. I already show you. now, HTML, CSS. In JavaScript also we can using on the some scripting languages, some scripting tags. Backend, Oracle. In Apex we using in the backend SOQL, Salesforce Object Query Language, SOQL. It's similar like as the Oracle, that is the SQL. Structure query language. Only this base region only in the Benchteq students we will learn about the core Java, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and the Oracle. If you perfect on these five technologies now, you can rule the world. You can rule the world in IT world.
Okay.
Okay. If you have perfect in the anything, anyone, either backend or the front-end technologies or the database, anyone is sufficient. Based on your experience only, based on your knowledge only, you can given the data. Okay, clear, right? So in starting of the classes, means in the programming development classes, I told you now so many times, please learn the HTML, CSS and JavaScript. Please learn HTML, CSS and the JavaScript. Honestly, I told you, I'm not the perfect in the HTML, CSS and the JavaScript, but I have the basic idea. I have the basic idea, and if I have any requirement, I search in the Google. I search in the Google. Okay, clear, right?
Yep.
So stage name is equal to closed one. Stage name is equal to closed one, and amount is equal to 10,000, and amount is equal to 10,000. Okay, here I taken the if condition. Here I taken the if condition. If stage name is equal to closed one, if stage name is equal to closed one, then print the data. Then it print the data. If stage name is not closed one, the data will not be printed. The data will not be printed. Let's see. Execute. Printed na close date is equal to what? 23/4/2020. 23/4/2020. For 2020.
Okay.
Day, month, year. Date, month, and year. Clear? Sorry. Okay. Execute. No values will become. No values will not become. Why? The condition is not satisfied. The condition is not true. Understood, right? Any confusion? Any confusions? Melvin, Surya, and Venkatesh.
No.
If condition. Okay, clear, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go for the if else condition. If else condition. Okay. If else condition means, okay, if else condition means this is the syntax. Condition. If condition is true, if condition is true, condition is true, okay, print values. Print these values.
Okay.
Otherwise, if condition is false, printed the else statement. Printed the else statement values. Printed the else statement values. Okay. If condition is true, printed the this statement. If condition is false, printed the else statement. Printed on the else statements. Clear? Any doubts?
Okay.
Any doubt? See one example. I taken the old example. Okay. Same example. Integer value 1, comma value 2. Sorry, value 2. Okay. Value 1 is equal to 100 and value 2 is equal to 50. Okay. 50 if value 1 greater than value 2, okay, value 1 greater than value 2, then print the system.debug 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 value 1 is a bigger, value 1 is a bigger, bigger. Here else, okay, system.debug value 2 is bigger, value 2 is the bigger. Okay, I taken the two values, I taken the two values, I send the two values, okay, I send the two values. I have the one condition, that condition contains if value 1 greater than value 2, okay, if value 1 is greater than value 2, okay, then value 1 is a bigger, otherwise value 2 is a bigger, otherwise value 2 is a bigger. Let's see. Value 1 is a bigger, value 1 is a bigger. Why? Value 1 is 100 and value 2 is a 550. Otherwise 500, execute. Here value 2 is the bigger, here value 2 is the bigger. Clear, right? Clear?
Yes.
Oh, Melvin and Surya,
Yes, bro.
any doubts?
No.
Okay, next go for the this one is a nested if condition. Okay, else if condition, in the if condition and if else condition. You have any doubts in the if condition and if else condition? If condition and the if else condition, have any doubts, any confusion?
No.
Why? Because of, if you're going into the upcoming classes now, some lengthy, some typical coding is there, that code is also, it is a very basic, that code is a very basic. If we have the perfect in the data types, variables, and these conditions, the conditional statements, okay, if you're perfect in the this concepts now, the programming concept is very, you can easily to understand, you all are easy to understand. Okay, okay, next go to the else if condition. Else if condition, see, upon validating the conditions, if condition has been satisfied, then it will execute the immediate block of the statement, that will be execute the this statement, else it will check the remaining conditions inside the if condition. Okay, and if any conditions are not satisfied, then we'll execute the else block statement, Clear?
Yep.
Okay, let's go for the practical. Same value are taken, same example are taken. Okay, if okay, if value 1 is equal to, okay, value 2, okay, system dot debug both value 1 and value 2 are set. Understood, right? If value 1 and a value 2, then printed the both values are set. Otherwise, else, okay, else, if okay, value 1 greater than value 2, then the system dot debug value 1 is bigger. Otherwise, else system dot debug value 2 is bigger. Clear, right? I taken the two values. Another two conditions. The first condition is if the value 1 and the value 2 is equal, then both values are the equal. Otherwise, if the value 1 is greater than value 2, value 1 is a greater than to value 2, then value 1 is a bigger. Otherwise, value 2 is a bigger. Clear?
Yep.
Okay. Execute. Value 2 is a bigger. Again, I change the values. Here value 1 is a bigger. Why? Because of in the first condition is not satisfied. Then it goes to this condition. This condition is satisfied. Then the value is printed. In this scenario, in the first condition is not satisfied. And the second else if condition is also not satisfied. And the final third else condition is satisfied. Then it can print the value. Okay. Here.
Okay.
Here both values are same. Why? The value 1 is 100 and value 2 is 100. So this starting this condition is satisfied. This condition is true. Then automatically this statement is printed. Okay. This statement is printed. Clear, right?
Yep.
Any doubts?
No.
Fine. Any confusion, Melvin, Surya, and Venkatesh? If conditions.
No.
No, sir.
Understood, right?
Yes.
Final one is a what? Nested if condition. Nested if condition means we can insert the if into the another if. We can insert the if condition into the another if condition. Okay. See, if condition is there. In that if condition, we have the one more if condition and else condition. One more if condition and else condition.
This we used to basically use for dashboards and all.
Yeah.
There used to be a lengthy formula.
Yes.
For
Lengthy
multiple, yeah.
Okay.
Multiple
So
options to choose, yeah.
you have the perfect in all the things. Okay, these concepts now you can easily to understand the future classes in the real-time scenarios also. You can very easily to understand the real-time work. The real-time work, we are not working on this simple value 1 and value 2. In that time, we using on the real values, API values. In the API values, most probably underscore 1, underscores, underscores. Okay. See, this is the one program. Okay. I will show you. This is another one. Alvin, you have the time, right? Alvin? Hello?
Yes.
Yeah, you have the time, right? 15 minutes.
Yes.
15
Yes.
minutes. Okay. Here I taken the subjects. Okay, English, Hindi, Maths, Physics, Chemistry. Okay, I taken the 5 subjects. And total and average. Total and average. This is the general concept. This is the very general concept. Uh, just imagine you were in the SSC career. Just imagine your SSC career. Okay, SSC career. In the SSC career means what is the subjects? In our subjects, first Telugu, Hindi, English, Maths, Science, and Social. Total 6 subjects, right? Total 6 subjects. Say yes or no, man. Just you can imagine that if you write any program or anything else, just you can imagine. Just you can imagine the output. Just you can imagine the output. Okay, if you imagine is correct, then you automatically you can work it very properly and easily also. Imagination power is very important. Imagination, output imagination is a very important. Okay.
Okay.
See, I assign the 5 values, 5 subjects, and in the total and the average. This is the very common. Right? And in the 5 subjects, I assign the values. In the 5 subjects, I assign the values. Okay. Total is equal to what? English plus in all subjects. Total is equal to all subject marks equal to your total, right? All subjects total, all subject marks equal to your total.
Yes.
So in the total we have English plus Hindi plus Maths plus Chemistry plus Physics. This is a very general thing. Melvin, any confusion or you can't understand what I'm saying? Surya, you?
Clear, bro.
అర్థమవుతుందా? ఏదైనా కన్ఫ్యూజ్ గా ఉంది?
అర్థమైంది బ్రో.
Melvin, you? Melvin, you?
What?
Any confusion?
No.
So in the all subjects equals to this, in all subject marks equals to this total. Okay, in all subjects marks equals to this your total, right? Your total.
Yeah.
Okay. And in the I don't know in the Kannada what is this, but in our SSC every subject will be greater than 35 marks.
35%.
35 marks. Greater than 35 marks is the pass mark. It is the pass mark. It is the pass. Okay, if you have the 50 marks, I think so. It is a C grade.
First class.
No. C grade. C grade means third class. No, not 50. Yeah, 50.
Third,
Now
it
50
is
is the 50 marks is a B grade.
B
Means
grade.
second class. But 35 to 50, I think so. 35 to
50 is
50.
C.
No, 49. 49. That is
C.
a C grade. Okay. In 50 plus in 60. 50 to 60. 59.
Distinction something.
No. That is a B grade. Man. B grade.
Great.
That is the B grade. That is the B grade. Okay. 60 to 100 is the A grade. That is the first class. That is the first class. Okay. 35 to 49. Okay. 35 to 49 is the C grade. 50 to 59 is the B grade. 60 to 100 is the A grade. అంతే కదా వెంకటేష్ and Surya?
Yes, అంతే అన్న.
Bombay was 60 to 85, 60 to 75 distinction, and from 75 to the 100 was the first, second, third bullshit ranking shit that used to happen.
So I don't know in other state means ranking and education system. Why? Because of I'm completely in the only on the state level, not for the national level. Okay, so likewise only we design this one. See, if English less than or equal to 40 and the max less than or 40, physics, chemistry, Hindi. Okay, greater than or equal to 40. Congratulations, you got the pass. This is the pass marks. Okay, first of all, you check the whether your candidate is for pass or not. After that, you can mention the grades. After that, you can mention the grades, right? After that, you can mention the grade.
Yeah.
So average is equal to total by 5. Total by 5. Here, how many subjects? 5 subjects. How many subjects? 5 subjects. So total by 5, you got the average. Total by 5, you got the average. Okay. If average greater than or equal to 60, that is the A grade. I already told you, no? 60 to 100%, that is the A grade. If 50 and the less than 60, okay, means 50 to 59, that is the grade B. And 40 to 50, 40 to 50, grade C. And 40 to 50, this is the grade C. You believe me or not, these are the conditions we'll be using on in the real-time scenarios. In the real-time scenarios. In real-time, using on this type of the logic we using. This type of logic we using. But here we using on the static values. In the real-time, we mention on the dynamic values. We can mention the dynamic values. What is the difference between static and the dynamic means? In the static values is if you mention that static, okay, the values will not be changed. The values will not be changed. Okay, the values will not be changed. But in the dynamic, we can change on the real requirement. We can change on the change the values as per our requirement. Okay, in the dynamic. Clear?
Yep.
Any confusion? Static and the dynamic. These are the common. These are the common. Okay, these are the common. But in the values will be these are static values. These are static values means the values is fixed. Values is fixed. Means this is the static values. If you go for in the dynamically, in real time using the dynamic values. Dynamic values. Okay. Clear, right? Any doubts? Surya, Venkatesh, and Melvin.
No doubts.
No doubts, right? Here, these all are the conditions will be satisfied. all conditions will be satisfied. If any one value is not satisfied in this condition, if any one value is not satisfied in this condition, finally it is a fail.
Okay.
It is true, right? If you have in English you have 100 marks, and Hindi you have the 99. Okay, English, Hindi, Maths you have 100, and physics you have the 80, and the chemistry you have the 20 marks. Okay, is the topper or the failed student? Is the topper or the failed student?
Fail.
Topper. Where?
Failed student.
Fail.
Failed.
Chemistry was 20.
Maths.
Yeah, failed student. As per requirement, minimum 35 marks.
Got it.
Minimum 35 marks. The candidate is the pass. 35 is the pass. But here they have only 20 marks. They have only 20 marks. So the candidate is a failed student. The candidate is a failed student. Okay. That's secure. No compile errors. You got the pass. Total marks is 411. Grade is A. Grade is A. Okay. Otherwise, mentioned on the 20. Mentioned on the 20. Execute. You got a fail. You got a fail. Better luck next time. You got a fail. Okay. 40. Okay. 40. And 40. And 40. And 40. Okay. Execute. Okay, execute. You got a pass. Marks is 200. Grade is equal to C. Grade is equal to C.
Okay.
Okay. Understood, right? This example.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any doubts?
No.
If else, if, nested if condition.
No doubt.
Melvin, you, Surya,
No. No, sir.
there, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Tomorrow we discuss about the next topic. Okay.
Alright.
We discuss on the next topic. Any doubts in the data types, variables, or printed statements, or the conditional statements, or what is the effects, access modifiers, variables declarations, anything else? Have any doubts?
Not at the moment.
Okay. In Saturday, please prepare. Ask the admin questions. Admin questions.
Okay.
Okay. Fine. Bye.
Bye.